Hi, welcome back to Milmo Wood from the beautiful North Wales. Today we're going to make a garage door in part of my series of transforming my ramshackle garage into an actual workable workshop. So I'm going to go through making a simple pedestrian door which goes into the back of my garage. I'm going to make it out of 3x2 and 4x1 tannalized timber, and I'm just going to use a miter saw. I will use my table saw, but you don't necessarily have to, and I'll take you through how we built this. So the outside of the garage, the pedestrian door, the door's dropped on the bottom. You can see the gap on the top. We got this plywood kind of, I don't know, what would you call it, patch over the top, which is all rotten, which we need to replace. I've got some marine ply in the garage that'll do that. You can see it's just shot, so I'll be taking that off and replacing that today, and then I'll have a nice entrance into the garage rather than using the main up and over door. So I'm just going to clean the ends off, make sure that they're square with the miter saw, and then we can crack on. I've measured the height of the door, so I'm going to cut oversized at this time. I'm going to cut this into lengths now, this 3x2 into lengths, or 75mm by 50mm timber. It's tannalized timber, obviously it's outside, I want it to be protected as best as it can. We cut the uprights, now I'm going to cut the horizontals. I'm going to cut the top and bottom. So let's cut that to length. Again, I'm going to cut it slightly oversized. I'm going to cut a rebate in the door frame now. So in order to cut the rebate to the right depth, I've cut a small section of the wood that's going to make the panel in the 4x1. And I'm just going to measure it against the saw blade now and make sure I cut the right depth rebate. So I've rebated the main door frame now, just need to cut them to size. So the reason I've cut them together, even if you measure it, you're not necessarily going to get them exactly the right length, but cutting them together I know they're the same length. Now these are the right length, the uprights are the right length. I'm just going to cut the lap joints onto these now. So I've set my saw stop to half the thickness of the wood, and now I need to rough out the half lap joint. I need to measure how far in I'm going to go, so that's the width of the wood that way, and then I'll hog out all the material. So to measure the depth, I've got an offcut, just place it on the end and run a pencil line the opposite side, and then I know I've got the right depth. The first cut is the most critical. The pencil line is the other side of the wood, if you like, so the saw blade needs to cut inside the pencil line, not on the pencil line or the outside, but the inside of the pencil line. So again, you need to cut the inside of the pencil line, so no power, bring the saw blade down and align the teeth up. We don't want it this side or on the pencil line, we want it the inside of the pencil line. So now we've done the upright, we want the cross beam, which needs to go here. So instead of hogging out the front face, we need to hog out the back face so that can rest against the wood. I've measured the width now, so I know where I need to cut these, so I'll cut the width pieces to final length. And again, I'll cut them together. However, measure once, measure twice, cut once. Perfect. And now I'll cut the lap joints on these. We got the door frame now, but because we've done this rebate, we've got an opening in the ends, which I'll plug with the offcuts. Now what I need to do is glue and screw these into place and make sure it's square while I'm doing it. So the largest square I've got is this, so that's what I'll be using. I've got stainless steel screws that I'm going to use to secure the corners, and I'm going to drill a very small pilot hole in first. I'm also using waterproof glue. This happens to be type Bond 3. Just going to double check that it's square. Perfect. And now we've just got to cut the panel in to go into the rebate. If you haven't cut the rebate, this is the paneling that you'll nail or secure screw to the outside framework. Frustratingly, I didn't have a choice in the width of the door. It was preset in the garage, and I didn't measure beforehand, but I didn't think there'd be a small batten size missing in the middle. I do have suitable wood for that, but whether I trim these all down so that all the same size, or whether I just put a batten in, is the question. And I'm edging towards just put a batten in. It's no big deal, is it? I may even split a piece of wood down the middle and put a batten each side. I'll see. But I don't think I'll go through the trouble of trimming each section of wood just to make the garage door look isometrical. For me personally, I don't think that's really worth the effort. For you guys, though, it might be. Okay, so I've put the batten in place in the middle, kind of. I'm just going to secure the panelling to the door frame now, I'm actually going to screw it. I don't know that I should do or that I shouldn't do, but that's my choice, and I'm going to use stainless steel screws. I'll put pilot holes in each one and then screw them down. Then we need to flip it over, do some bracing on the other side. Well, we're nearly there. I've put the door on a table now so it's easier to work off. I haven't really got a workbench inside the garage yet big enough. That's going to be another project. I need to put some cross beams on now. I'm going to put a centre brace on, and that needs to be in situ because I'm going to fit a mortise lock, and then I'm going to put some bracing bars across, going up at an angle. So I've measured the old door to understand where the mortise lock is, and I'll fit this beam so it goes in the same place. Centralise that. And then I'm just going to put some stainless steel screws in again. So now I need to decide which side the door hangs from. So I'm going to say it hangs from this side. So I need the bracing to start at the bottom on the side of the hinges and come up and on the top. And that way you support the door and stop it sagging. So I'm just going to line the bottom corner up. There's probably a better way to do this. In the top corner, take my pencil a straight edge, simple as that. I'll cut those angles on the miter saw now. Okay, I've cut the brace now, cut the angles, let's see if it fits. Not perfect, but it's good enough for me. Again, I'm just going to drill and screw. Then we'll repeat that and do it for the top one, but following the same. Don't come back across, go up again. Well, I need to call it quits for today. This took me all day to build, but that's my long haul or long COVID issue. I have to take a lot of breaks in between. However, I think if you was to build this, you'd definitely build it and hang it in a day, and you'd probably do it in half a day really, or maybe just over. So really happy with it. It's a lot more robust than the old door. But for tonight I'm calling it quits. Tomorrow I'll hang it. So that's what the front's going to look like. I'll probably stain it, and then you can see the bracing on the back. This is the hinge side, so when it flips it'll be that side of the opening, and you can see how the bracing is from the rock solid hinge side out. You can see on the old door it's actually slipped and gone downwards, and there's absolutely no bracing on this door at all, and that's probably why it's done that. Let's carry on tomorrow. I picked a location for my mortise lock on the door now. I've just drilled 2 holes and then chiseled in between to make an oval hole, and I'll put them ready for the key, and I'll screw the mortise lock in place. Moment of truth, not tried it yet, so doing it first time on camera. Oh, we're in, and the lock's engaged. Perfect. Now to fit the receiver on the inside. Not something I realised, but I don't need the receiver. The door frame does it. Albeit the door frame definitely needs adjusting, if you can see. Well, after over a year since moving into the house, I've got a door. Admittedly the door frame needs shimming up, but the door's there. It's secure. Got a key. First time I'm going to open it and enter the garage through this door. Yes, really pleased, really pleased. Yes, it could have gone better. The wood was more wet than I thought, but you know, all these things are minor. I've now got an entrance door. I don't have to go around the front through the up and over door. I can just come around the back of the house and enter the garage through the pedestrian door as it was designed. I'm so happy. Could it have gone better? Of course it could. I'm not a professional, but it's good enough and secure enough, and that's the main thing. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, hit that like button, and even press that bell to help this very small channel out here in North Wales try and grow. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. You'll notice that during the beginning of the video I'm wearing a charity t-shirt. This is the prostate cancer charity t-shirt. I actually have long COVID, or as the Americans call it, I'm a long hauler. I've been struggling for 3 years now, and this has prevented me doing some videos consistently. It's had quite a detrimental impact on my life, but I'm really positive. The reason for the t-shirt is I had a period of time where I could walk, and I hadn't been able to walk for about 1.5 years at that point, and I decided that now I could walk again, I would actually make some money for a charity, a really good charity in the UK. So it's a prostate cancer research charity, and I raised about £1,000 for that charity. To raise the £1,000, what I did was walked 11,000 steps every day for the whole of March. So that's 31 days. I walked 11,000 steps every day, and I had generous donations from work colleagues, etc., family, friends, all that sort of thing. It felt great to be giving back to a positive charity and hopefully help improve some people's lives in the future.